Bailiff of Gutenberg and the council as a whole are looking for volunteers to repair the city walls. Many of you have gone to complain.
I'm going to see the Mint Master. May I enter?
Any fool could say that. What do you want from him?
I have an appointment with him.
All right, go ahead then. But don't waste too much of his time.
I'm glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly, and I reckon you can help me.
The Assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king?
Don't try that on me. This is connected with Ruthard, isn't it? And tell the truth.
Well, I just want to climb the social ladder a bit. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
And could you not choose a different occasion for that?
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you'd better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
All right. That seems like a fair deal.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Or do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that...
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is Zum Eisernen Adler.
What would work on him? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly.
I'll be going then.
Just make sure we both come out.
Don't shove!
He also knows the times are hard.
A fine day for some fine wares. Pancakes. Rather than take a cabbage, you've got it all. Dyed broadcloth, beautiful coloured.
Watch where you're going.
The finest wares, quality goods.
Greetings.
Good day.
Bread here, rye bread, doesn't spoil. Quality goods, the finest wares. Horseradish, delicious.
Jobs here, big and small. Jobs for sale.
I
nearly left my fingers on them for buttons.
I'll tell.
Greetings. I'd like to...
Surely you can wait a while. I have a customer here. Here you are. The finest fabric. Intricate work. You won't find the likes anywhere else in this town.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. Thanks. I'll gladly recommend you if anyone... And you impatient fella. What was it you wanted?
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with pitchers so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
Beautiful colours. Striped fabrics.
Let me put it another way. How much do you want for your place?
Finally, some sensible talk. But it won't come cheap. When I count it all up, new clothes, wages, a backhander to get in there at all, not to mention the coin I'd make in other places if I could say I served the King of Hungary.
All right, here you are, you daylight robber.
To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Well, to tell the truth.
You're off to a great start, but whatever. If you make a show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not.
Leather pouches! Pouches, belt!
Got enough to go around.
Oh, from the greetings to you.
Quality goods, the finest wares. Delicious pears, juicy pears, bread rolls, pancakes, cabbage flatbread, fresh cabbage flatbread.
God be with you.
Better not forget about that council assembly.
A fine day. Vegetables, horseradish, delicious horseradish. Come and get some wonderful horseradish.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got as drunk as a lord. Totally pie-faced. Then he fell into a ditch, and now he's staggering around the streets, God knows where.
I might have expected. Once, he turned up with a hangover, and as soon as he smelt wine, he threw up all over the chapel door. I told him if that ever happened again... Oh, well, you'll have to take his place for today. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here it is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarjitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarjit stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something?
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No, understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct, but you'll manage it, right?
I know everything I need to.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
The city reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unverzüglich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
A cup of red.
What are you getting
Don't
at,
you skip on
Eldris?
me.
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbush.
I apologize, sir.
Hand
Which
cannon.
one?
Red.
Can you believe it?
Am I speaking in Latin?
Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König
Come now, waiter.
surely knows
I wanted
this
red.
too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running
Come now,
free.
waiter.
There are
I wanted red.
Hauptreiter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing
Look
down,
out.
and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund
You can shove that
providing
damn
us
pitcher.
with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always
some monastery
confiscate the
wine.
property of
Refill
the
my
king's
cup, boy.
enemies. Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The
Monastery
king
wine,
fears that this
here.
town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
But so you suggest we just
is
wait with arms
unbelievable.
crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation.
I fancy some Tokai.
We shall
Refill,
wait
boy.
and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe
I
we can
apologize,
change
sir.
his mind.
Which
Vielleicht?
one? Are you colorblind? White. Hey, where's my white?
Sir?
Well, thank the Lord.
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
I fancy some Tokai. Refill, boy.
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall
That's not
far
a good
short
idea,
of
sir.
covering
This
all
is
the citizens'
unbelievable.
needs.
You're right, Jerome.
Hey,
But a
waiter.
woman named Betty has showed up on Hoprink and wants to repair the baths that used to be there.
She's a protege of Maresh.
More wine,
Her
Master
efforts are
Bailiff?
I
commendable,
have
but
enough
I don't
wine.
think she will
Come
succeed.
closer.
It takes a firm hand. Not soft.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
And take a you-know-what.
So what?
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eyes and come right back with it, understood?
People died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spare. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
Nice.
It's only a
These
waste of
silver
time
might be
because we're
special.
always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too!
Why not?
So, did you find it?
Paradise, everything
I did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing
Look
unusual.
out.
That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way. At least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
Waiter,
And as we
pour
know,
me red wine.
Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Monastery wine.
I'm speaking
Here.
about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me.
Well,
are you
thank
defending
the Lord.
Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really
Tokai,
was
and
nothing.
a full cup. Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is
apologize,
sensible
sir.
enough not to draw
Which
attention to himself
White
while
Tokai.
the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him.
Thank you,
soon.
waiter. Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas,
You
but
there,
I wouldn't
lad.
brush it off so quickly.
A cup of bread.
Why do I have the
And don't
feeling
you
you're not
skimp on
telling
me.
us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us
Sir?
what really happened,
I'm not keeping anything from...
Well, thank the
There's
Lord.
little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Ruthard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Ruthard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do
I'd
whatever
like
they
some
want.
monastery
I
wine.
suspect the
Refill
gentleman
my
from the
cup,
city's
boy.
sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. That
I
German,
apologise, sir.
Menhard, is
Which
just
wine?
hanging around the
Monastery
market
red.
looking for trouble.
Don't be ridiculous, Forsucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives on the market.
Vanish, you hear me?
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff. And that's that.
Hey!
There are more
boy,
pressing matters
a
to
word.
deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The
Everything in
guards
order?
are apparently
Not
settling
quite.
accounts their own way.
But I think you
we'll
might be able
soon
to
be
help
the
me.
laughing
Come here.
stock of the whole town.
You can rest assured the whole town is already lapped.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now, but if you disappear for a little while...
All right. I'll get...
I knew I could count on... While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But
Be out of customers.
why?
Because I'm bored, and because I...
We're like this. Why waste our time?
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
Good heavens! The chapel is right outside the door.
Careful!
Put down the... So, let's see what you've got for me.
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? And did you count those winged...
I counted 24, sir.
And you counted correct. Good. Here you are, so you can have a bit of fun in the evening too, eh?
There's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery.
I'll have a
and
cup
they are
of
going
wine.
to Mokarol mining city.
Nice
Why
big
can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Sir?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side
Okay.
nave is mine.
And a
When
full
hell
cup.
freezes over, my friend, your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to
I
insult
apologize,
me?
sir.
Ha!
Which wine?
I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired
Sir?
my seat for the services our guild provided and
Good.
still provides
No.
to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has
You there,
all been
lad,
sorted
a
out.
cup of red. And
Not
don't
long
you skip
ago,
on me.
The guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Come now, waiter. I wanted red. Thank you, waiter.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Root hard.
Arsenal Juchek Össe, Elegiop Katonaikat, ich Kelkinek Utra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
And like this band of fives!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they keep him mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But what do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And done.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a but I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest.
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Kuttenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you looking for friends among us?
Let us say rather that we have chosen a side. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
I reckon the two of you would hit it off. He's reliable, and has his heart in the right place. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if you took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like...
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough.
For that, there will be more...
Good health.
L'chaim.
Mark my words.
May I have a word with you, sir?
You? Anytime. With you, at least, there's some sensible unlike this pack of conceit.
What do you think about Jobst?
Are you testing me? Jobst called this assembly, and he wants things to turn out well.
To turn out well for whose benefit, though? Some are up to their elbows in silver and blood, so others can live in freedom.
Better make sure you're among the latter, then. And in the meanwhile, help the former to keep their...
Godwin, we didn't have much time for conversation on the way here. Let's rectify that.
With pleasure, sir. As it happens, there's something I'd like to ask you. What are you expecting from today's gathering, my lord?
Well, I have no great expectations. But, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps towards the future. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support, we will be very unlikely to achieve...
Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too old to miss out on such an event.
Haven't you heard? No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, doesn't matter who needed the dough.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. I couldn't help but notice your son has a bit of a talent for getting into trouble.
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed to that more than... Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different...
May God grant him eternal...
God bless.
of ale, thanks.
I'll drink to that.
Property and life or death.
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation. I almost lost all hope.
It's not that I didn't want to, but understand that my...
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strat...
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been...
So, be so kind as to...
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my acquaintances.
Oh. I thought it was Henry who saved your neck.
My neck was not at risk in Malashov. I may have still been a prisoner with my personal... but they never broke my spirit.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Do you have news? I'm not going today.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings?
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the Council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel. But if we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea...
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the
Success to our plans.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Not even Bocek?
Not even Bocek.
Hey!
These are great.
Where's that beer?
Hard to believe. Martin likes to exaggerate. He was talking about the sorry nags even when they belong to someone else.
Nags?
I'd like to check your horses out and see if...
Ha! Even better. But you won't believe...
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up then. What are you doing here?
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat. I got him a place at the Archbishopric. Only it wasn't long before they... And then, I find out he's settled in some backwater, but he took his boozing and whoring...
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole...
Was ist denn los? Ein Bier, bitte.
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater.
How dare...
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak.
You're dishonoring your...
I can't
That's enough!
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
I'm not happy about it. This isn't how I imagined my first meet.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
Look in
Not
my
bad for a
eyes,
priest.
not at
That
my
was sneaky.
sword.
Sacre! You're fast. Hey! Who told you that?
What's wrong with your leg? You don't know which end of that thing is up.
Did they teach you that in the seminary? That was sneaky.
Stand firm. Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse.
Take that!
Arm lower.
Did they teach you that in the seminary?
Swing with your whole arm, not just your wrist.
Hey! Enough! That will do. My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that.
So Father would be satisfied, only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I felt he wouldn't talk to me for a week. Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and booed, but now I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder.
I've got to get him on our side and to cooperate with us.
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's time to put it into action.
After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Was he hanging around her again?
I ain't letting that bastard go anywhere near her. Next time, I'll kill him. I will, if he's so much... Just rocks in her. I swear I won't be able to stop myself.
And couldn't she tell him to go to hell herself?
Oh, I reckon she likes having a young buck like him paying attention to her. But don't you worry, I'll teach her a lesson too.
God be with you, noble. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that.
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Hit the nail on the head again, Mom. You're well informed.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
All right, I'll help you.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
What brings you here? Oh, it's you. Sorry. What brings you here? Yeah, what the? Stop! What are you trying to pull, you scoundrel? Did I imagine it?
All right.
What's up? Hey, you! What are you doing here? No one's allowed in here.
I'm waiting here for you.
Oh, how's that?
I've been watching you for a while, and I have a feeling you do well to talk a little.
Who in God's name are you?
In God's name, indeed. I'm a
Is it that obvious?
Don't blaspheme. It'll help you more to confess.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
Shh. That's none of your concern.
No.
If you... And since...
No. And in the morning, when I met him, I swear, even though...
That, and then you will...
I'll stop. That won't please Lord Odderin.
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet!
My lady, with all the clamour going on here, here they are.
You're more capable than I expected.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words...
Thank you. No.
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain.
How could I refuse...
And to the... God. Why?
Mind where you're going.
Exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
Burghers, patricians and usurers. They're without honor.
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for
a man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone, Jobs, comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes and...
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how...
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms if...
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top, only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but not my...
Don't worry, it's not just your money I want to draw on. Believe it or not, we've gained other patrons for our cause too.
Really? Name at least one of those lunatics.
Anna of Volstein, for instance.
Truly? Well, let's...
I wouldn't mention the word lunatic.
All right, let's discuss it. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord bless me with a lot. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you open...
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept.
I believe Liechtenstein is single.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient.
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
He may be young, but he's got something between his ears. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right, he'll be well secured for life.
If he gets it. Right now, Hunnish lords over Rattay and seems quite... On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
So, will you support our plan?
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still grunting. First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place, as soon as possible.
And what if Lord Capon refuses?
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush, if he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing
the kingdom...
What do you give a fuck? It's none of your blood.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
I've gained us a powerful ally.
And who is it? I hope it's not one of those Kuttenberg stuffed guts.
On the contrary, it's Bocek, the Elder of Kunstadt and Podjebrad.
Kunstadt? By Christ, he's the last one I'd have expected to step up. How the hell did you do it?
Well, I explained to him how such an alliance could be mutually beneficial.
Mutually? What do you mean?
He's got a pretty serious personal interest in this... bond.
Stop beating around the bush and spit out what you promised him.
Lord Kunstadt has a niece, so... I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon is to marry Yitka of Kunstadt. Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheers!
Cheers to you, and to your parleying skill.
I'll have some what?
Sir Bocek.
So Hanush agreed, without reservations.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain without reservation.
Thank you.
Enough formality.
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yitka and the unhappy Lord Capon.
Here's to a good bargain.
I was wondering if you lent me your sword. I'm still hoping it works out and we walk out of here with a clear...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt will support our cause.
Both of them? Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me, my lords?
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets, and let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Mark.
Rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the King's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities. And get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the council was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Oderin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No. We shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Didn't he say that Lord Kronstadt was going with them?
Tempura tanto, mutamur inis.
You in need of something, my wild oil.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. So, to brighter tomorrows.
Touching.
Come now.
I never had one. Not a bit. I'm just a cynical old pragmatist.
In that fuck? Well, get something wet for us then.
His lordship is so unsteady on his...
To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his closest friend, and left the...
You can bet on it. I've got a nose...
I don't doubt it.
I'm filled with grief. The roast was calling up my begging to be eaten.
The name is unpronounced. How'd you like a wine?
The art of winemaking has a long tradition in recipes are passed on. I myself was practically even the French royal. The king himself had wine delivered for his...
I expect his lord...
This... Give me 100 knights.
About the girls? Or the piglet?
Remember, in the morning.
God be with you, my friend. And with you.
Not a bad one.
Who comes strolling by?
We're
A word,
considering
if
how
you
much
will.
Martin bragged
No.
about, please.
I'm busy.
Don't know the world of the Lords.
Lords and...
How come you're still here, sir?
All hail Jobst! He sorted out things here nicely. He got my money for a start, but you know how it goes. I explained to the Margrave that I'm not going anywhere, and I sent my captain with him. I'm too old and fond of my comfort.
Did you at least discuss with...
Nothing to discuss. It'll be at our castle Potstein, of course. It's the pride of our family. We can fit in 3 times more people than here, and that's...
But there are 2 castles. I'd bet my right arm old Hanush will want to have the wedding there.
What? In Ratai? Well, I ought to...
Deal with him yourself, though.
What kind of name is Bruce?
And who comes
I
strolling
don't
by?
know. Well,
A
considering
word, if
how
you
much
will.
Barton bragged about the
Greetings.
beast.
Greetings to you too.
No great shakes, eh?
Stay long. They're trying to agree on something they won't remember in the morning.
If he was so craven as to run away from the first army that crossed his path, he would never have made it all.
I'm not drunk. Under French court, I drank many under the table. Even the notorious.
She's fine by carrying
You're right, I don't know about you, but I can barely stand. And to stand over that ditch.
Sigismund's men
You already said that.
I still can't wait for that ginger.
Strong words.
Oh, the piglet!
fucking beggars.
I'd rather eat well.
Who comes strolling by?
God be with you.
A word, if you will.
No. I'm busy.
Speaking of the devil, come here.
No. I'm busy.
Drink.
Having a good time? It's a fucking bore.
Well, what did you miss?
Don't you dare get into... leave it, Niven.
Get over here now!
I don't know. Considering how much Barton bragged about the beast.
It's no great shakes, eh?
Well, I'm not sure, friend.
Go to hell!
Yes, you're right.
Good day.
Good to see you, friend.
Have you ever thought about getting married again? It would make a lot of things easier for you.
And how should I interpret this question?
In the simplest terms, I'm offering you a business deal, without any ulterior motive. I am far too old.
Godwin!
I don't know. But considering how much Martin drank.
First you ridiculed me in front of Alder, and now I find out you
I should have known you'd turn.
And
I intend to get even more drunk.
My wine?
A distinguished guest.
I'll see about that. And you. Just look at him.
But you can hardly stand straight, Martin.
Pull up. You're changing the subject.
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rudhart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Jesus! The surrounding can't make it on his own. We'll get another right away.
You think you can scare me? Not a chance!
Shit!
Be able to take another one like that.
Hey,
Too blood!
I need a hand here! One step back! Stand your ground! Hey! Come and help me with this bastard! There! Now, fight me! I'm gonna finish you! Yes! Drive those horses out! Don't spare it! He's had it! Take that! Let him have it! Come on, then!
This is how we fight in Trotsnov!
Are you waiting for orders from Show your stuff! Thank you for your effort!
Go! Quick!
Nice strike!
Whoa!
Slice him up!
I'll sort you out nicely. Yeah! Don't spare it!
You won't be able to take another one! Take that!
Show what you're made of! Do it! Go on then! Make a fool of yourself! You got him!
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Oder and Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobst long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Rattay?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce.
I'll gladly play dead for a while.
Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in...
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now. One wrong move, and he'll hang the lords.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey. Oh, God's teeth.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the... That is... he ordered...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
There are...
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jump.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway,
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know them.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, they could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. Young Odorin, Anna of Volstein, and several other nobles.
And they captured our closest and most... Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side.
We can't give up now. It would only show Sigismund that he has nothing to...
Exactly. This is a test, and an opportunity to show that we stand by...
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. And very soon. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the...
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Sheesh. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join. Finds out about this.
Only men do such things. My word is second. I don't think any of us
that
should second that.
disrespectful?
That's an understatement.
And prove that this alliance isn't just a farce.
You did.
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your stepfather.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there. Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure? We look the same age. Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a year apart.
And what does that make us then?
Nothing. Proof perhaps that both your god and mine have a sense. You know, all my life I thought if I did not get... Now that I know...
So this is not the end. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere. He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
What's a gazette?
That is hard nonsense. It is Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often and all that with the king.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sig. We need to get back into the city. And will you come with us, Henry?
I'll come.
Very well.
Let's not waste time.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean, but,
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have the time.
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you please tell...
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course. Let's go then.
Burekata.
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. And I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't worry. We'll save your mother.
And everyone else too. Don't forget that.
You seem to care an awful lot about these people, sir.
Are you surprised? It's all my fault. If they weren't helping me...
That droid of Sigismund, may his name be erased, would have found some other excuse to get rid of us.
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster? At this pace, we won't make it there in a week.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway.
I would be happier if we could do without it.
We all would, lad. But it has been decided as punishment for our many sins.
Our sins? Ours? What the fuck did we do to these people? Halt! I heard something!
me. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're gonna make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now? It's strange all the same, isn't it? Hundreds of people must have dug this tunnel. Years of hard labor in the darkness. The effort, the suffering. And today, God willing, we'll save a lot of folks suffering thanks to it. Damn it!
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I'll go upstairs and see if anyone is still there.
I hope so. If they took anything from down here, they mustn't get out. I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
I saw him go to Eric's tent to give him a piece of his mind, but never saw him come out.
Search the whole place, they say. Bring any important-looking document. How the fuck should I know what an important document looks like? I ain't never seen none.
You horse son!
Useless!
You're mine! Go at him from the right! Nice strike! You got him!
Go outside and look for Samuel. I'll be right back. I'll just pack my things.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern, too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them. What about your mother?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready.
All right.
I'm sure Mum is waiting for us.
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passage.
But sir, if any more of them come here...
God be with you.
Hol mir als vergessen und rinnen. Das ist Piquet Nefisch. Hol mir als vergessen und rinnen. Das ist Piquet Nefisch.
We must get to Sam's mother first. Then we'll see.
Henry, my ma is waiting for us. Get her!
What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott! What happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded. Let's go now. We're out of time.
Wait! Who are you anyway?
My name is Henry. I'm, Do you remember Martin, the blacksmith?
Of course I do.
I'm his... son.
Was sagst du?
Sam told me that...
Watch out! More are coming!
What's going on?
Sam!
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue.
Through the backyards! Follow me! Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! Somebody help us!
Ah!
They're gone. We have to keep going. Through the yards. We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
To me!
Die!
Get him from behind! Sehr gut. Das wird in den Arsch getreten.
All yours.
Fucking hell! Festhalten!
We have to go through this house.
Take them all down!
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick.
To the fucking task. I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No. I just don't want to die here alone. There they are. Well, now we're really fucked.
We mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back.
For how long, though?
As long as we need to.
Kill the rat.
We'll forgive you. Jesus, fucking me! Don't move! Go to the bucket, you get! Get into the alley! That kick, you're not up to it! Bleeding like a pig! He's dead!
That bastard is mine! Kill the rest!
Show what you're made of! Yeah! Don't spare him! Ha ha! You never saw that coming! Ready to die!
Ha! I press the ground!
Now you're mine, you bastard! Help me with this bastard! Don't spare him!
Body to the Come on then!
In the name of our Lord!
Let me through! I'm doing
Pray to Jesus for mercy! Come on then! Let him have it! Light him up! This is for our Lord! Get him from behind! Coward! God will forgive you! Oh, you don't! Pray to Jesus for mercy! That's his faith in! You won't be able to take another one like that! You'll be sorry! Die! Right on the arm!
Take that fucker out down!
Come on then! Yes! Shit your eyes out! Good! Oh, good strike! Coward!
Show your stuff!
One step and we can go home! God will forgive you! You have been a shot!
Come on! Everyone's inside!
Henry, come on!
Let's go!
God more me. Let's go. It's this way.
There's nothing we can do now. We must get the wounded out of here first.
Are we just supposed to bury them by the side of the road?
Look at it!
I am sure the
All
Lord will
ablaze!
understand. And if you do not believe me, ask Rabbi. He will surely agree.
Don't worry. Even if that happens, we'll be able to pull the wagon. Look at him.
Yes, pull it will, but it will not be fast.
Do not worry. We will manage like this for a while before he gets us in the...
Look at it, all ablaze.
Return, O Lord. How long shall thou be wrathful?
Return, O Lord. How long shalt thou be wrathful? Have compassion for thy servants. Fill us with thy mercy every morning, that we may rejoice.
Sakra! Damn it! I still hear it. The screaming.
Thank you, Henry, for everything.
We survived. For a while there, I thought we were gonna die.
Many have died, indeed. It is a hard trial to go through. So many lives lost, the shul in flames.
I'm so sorry. There was nothing more we could do.
You are right. It was too late. How happy I would be if we could get at...
What will you do now?
Now we must find help in some other community of believers.
Do you think you'll be
Well, the mercenaries might follow us. We will split up into smaller groups. Besides, who would chase us when we have nothing?
God be with you.
Zeig is...
I still hear it. The screaming.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, lad.
I know this might not be...
Right now? Well, how is Martin actually?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh, the hen of Schutzurerang.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died.
Is everything all right?
Yes, do not worry. We were just talking about...
How did you meet Martin?
It was such a long time. He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among you.
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop. Then it went schlock auf schlock.
All right.
Before you go, tell me.
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. So I dream about him quite often. About that last day, and he said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I keep my head on my neck.
He was absolutely right.
Well,
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related.
Well, I did not expect that. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen.
Everything should be all right.
Take care of yourself, dear brother. I will see you this time to...
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
Fuck me!
be with you.
Your room's ready.
My room?
Why the hell
But
do they
I didn't
all
ask
sit
for
on the
anything.
table?
But of course. It was ordered by your friend Zizka.
Ah.
On the first floor, right...
Thanks, innkeeper.
Tread light. I'll have a look at...
Excellent! It was a pleasure doing business with you, sir.
It's filthy again. Damn it. Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Why is this all sticky?
Do you have enough onions for the soup?
No, sorry.
What will it be?
What's new around?
There's trouble with demons. There was a great trap. The grand... There's maybe the... And she said, you know...
Was it?
Huh.
So what did he...
The girl... I went...
Who was...
There were... I've seen it.
You only...
Rumour has...
Well, I'm sorry.
Today, it'd be better if you see him, and that's a...
Sounds interesting.
Good day to you.
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's soldiers and the town rabble have torched the Jewish quarter. Fortunately, we saved most of the people. But I doubt they can form an alliance with us now.
Fuck. Where are they now?
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what to do next.
Samuel said to wait for him. He wants to be here when we discuss our plans.
But if he's gone to Colin, he won't be back till tomorrow, will he? Oh well. In the meantime, you can at least have a look for the men Dry Devil mentioned. Ada, Matouche, and the others.
I'll bring them. Count on me.
You said you were going to tell me more about the Devil's former band.
Has the last Liechtenstein surfaced yet?
I'm here, aren't I?
Anyway, only a few fellas out of the whole glorious pack survived the shitstorm, and it's not certain they are still alive. As far as I know, Matthew, Bahuta, Raniak, Janosch, and Eder survive. I only know where to find Bahuta. And maybe Matthew. But who knows?
Tell me about Bahuta first. Who is he, anyway?
Well, Bahuta. He was always in trouble. Angry as a dog and covered in bruises. He and his brother could drink all the beer in the inn. Just the two of them.
It sounds like you three would get a... But you said his brother was...
Yes. He died right before Bahuta's eye. He dropped everything overnight and turned to prayer.
Where can I find Bahuta?
At the rectory in Grunts. He helps out with the church.
I'll go over there and try to...
But be careful. Bahut was Slavic.
Now tell me something about this Matthew fella.
The name may be pretty, but he's as ugly as sin. He's also a damn willy bastard. People say he likes to rob on trade routes.
And where do I find him?
I hear there's someone robbing merchants on the roads near Miskovitz. Maybe the bailiff can tell you more.
What about the rest of them?
Of course.
Who is this?
Oh, that's easy. He's called Edda because he... What other?
Do you know where he could...
I have no idea.
How am I supposed to communicate?
Yes, you do. You must use your hands and feet.
Tell me more about this...
Run, you know.
How did he get that?
How do you think? But he wouldn't...
Do you have any...
Why, this...
Did you ever see him?
Oh, not either.
Tell me about...
Yeah, no, not at all. He would...
How can I...
Like I said, he looked where you talked.
I'm already...
Janos.
I like...
You two will show... Janos...
Thanks.
It may sound like...
Praise be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever.
Excuse me. Are you Bahuta, by any chance?
That's right, I am. If you're here to right old wrongs, be my...
I don't need to right any wrongs. The devil sent me to see if you would...
He is free. Anyway, tell him I'm definitely...
Why don't you want to go back?
I want to reform myself, to redeem myself before the Lord God. There is no way to do that if I...
I'd like to find the rest of the devil's pack. Do you know anything about any of them?
Just Ranyek. It has been a few days since he was here.
What did he want from you?
He was begging me for some coin. He said he had a game in Pshitoki, and that he, as always...
Do you know where I could find him now?
Last time he told me he had a game arranged in Pshitok.
Thanks. I'll be on my way. I probably won't convince you.
Hold on. While you're here, we can pray for the devil's soul together. God knows he needs...
It doesn't make sense.
Look at me, but I learned...
I understand.
I'm a bit peckish. Greetings.
Oh, it's really pissing down.
Was möchtest du?
I'm looking for someone.
That means nothing to me.
And he plays dice?
Ja, jetzt gestern hat sich völlig betrunken. Yesterday we and I'm still feeling sick.
Where can I find this Raniek?
Try asking the man who paid for his losses yesterday.
Was he broke?
He lost a small fortune here yesterday. It looked like he was going to get a nice, but a bunch of Kerler from Bilani, who also came to play, lent him some coin.
And do you know where I could find these men?
In Bilani, I reckon.
Thanks.
Tut mir leid. If I were you...
I should ask the bit...
Ja, Spieler from all around.
This drunk Pole?
Ja, Adder. They say there is a whole Geschichte...
Aye.
You should ask the butcher's wife.
So where is the look?
If you go to the village from here...
I'll go to...
You should be...
I'll be on my way.
Nichts zu danken.
Careful! There you go.
Go!
Whoa!
Welcome, sir.
I'm looking for someone, and the innkeeper said you might...
Is that so?
A wandering man at arms. He's a foreigner.
And the innkeeper sent you to me. How nice of him. As if the whole village didn't know already. Now he's going to tell everyone Who are you anyway?
Something like that. I just need to find him.
Then you better hurry up. My old man wants to murder him.
Why does he want to kill him?
Because he's a stubborn fool who won't let me explain. And believes gossip over his own wife.
And where will I find your husband, Ada, and the rest?
Outside the village, in the direction of Kuttenberg. There's a lone tree in the middle of... They said that's where they'd take him.
I better go and see your husband.
Hurry up. God bless you, sir.
What's that noise?
Go! Quick!
Panie, mój Boże, wysłuchaj mnie. Całe życie mordowałem i ruchałem. Więcej razy paliłem kościoły, niż byłem u spowiedzi. Wybacz swemu słudze. Wybacz. Wybacz i pozwól mi jeszcze tylko raz wykastrować tych bezbożnych skurwysynów!
Shut up! No one can listen to your damn gibberish!
Twoja baba i tak do końca życia będzie pamiętać o mojej polskiej kiełbasie!
I'll shut that gob of yours!
Ciebie i twoją matkę piekło pochłonie. Niech was piekło pochłonie!
Wait! Stop!
A co to za kutas?
What do you want? And who the hell are you?
Leave him alone and untie him.
Why would I do that? Do you know what that bastard did?
I came for this man, and that's all I care about.
Well, you should fucking care. That whoreson defiled my... He should be glad we're only gonna hang him. If I had my way, we'd castrate him as well.
That scoundrel belongs to the Lord of Suchdal Fort.
What does he want with him?
He defiled the Lord's cook, 2 maids, the captain's wife, and stole a statue of the Madonna from the chapel, over which he then did all kinds of lewd acts. They're building a gallows for him at Sucht...
But what about me? I want satisfaction too, or at least compensation.
You want to argue with Peter of Pisek's armed men? They're already on their way.
As you wish, he's all yours. But the cow is mine, and she's coming with me.
Oh, fuck.
Chwała Polsce, kurwy! Jebać was!
He's twitching too much. I have to cut the other end, on the tree.
Oła! Boli, boli, boli. O kurwa. O kurwa, było blisko. Gdybym nie miał chociaż tego kurczokwiku. O kurwa mać. Mało brakowało. Kimkolwiek jesteś, masz krzepę. Ale teraz to sam bym wpierdolił tym gównojadom.
I reckon you want to know who I am, right? I'm Henry. Henry.
Heniek, a dlaczego ty mówisz do mnie jak do głupca?
Yes, that's me. Henry. I was sent by Dry Devil. He's waiting for you at the Devil's Den.
O, żeż kurwa, czart żyje? To jeszcze go nie powiesili? Kurwa, patrz, głupim to szczęście sprzyja. A co z Janoszem? Przecież zostawiłem go tam na pastwę losu.
Janosz? You mean Janosz Uher?
No Janosz! W Myskowicach go schwytali.
You mean Miskowic? Janosz is in Miskowic?
Tak, w Myskowicach.
Fantastic. I'll go and get him, and we'll be at the...
Ale do diabła, pojmali go!
He was what? Doesn't matter.
No dobra.
Right, beer's got a flow. Greetings.
Did you see a lad named Raniek around here? He's a passionate gambler.
Aye. I suppose he...
Do you know where Raniek is now?
No, but try asking the dice players. He played with them all.
Are the dice players...
That's them. And that the devil knows. Farewell.
Here you go. But that's the last one you'll get today.
That is true.
You've always...
The Lord be with you.
The innkeeper said you were playing dice with Raniek.
You know Raniek? Then you must have a drink with us. A friend of Raniek's is...
Thanks, but I'd rather know what happened.
Impatient, aren't you? We can take you to him right now, if you want.
Lead the way, then.
Come on. God be with you, good sir.
What? Where is he? I don't get it. What happened to him?
We met this Runyek in Pshitoki. We even lent him money when he had nothing to play with. He swore he'd pay us back. Then we met here and played some more. Runyek kept losing, but he didn't know when to stop.
What did he do to him?
Nothing at all. That bastard brought it on himself. When it was clear he had no way to pay us back, we started watching him to make sure he couldn't run away. He started whining about having to go take a dump. But we didn't want to watch him shit himself, so we let him go and said we'd wait outside the shithouse. But the bastard got the idea to flee the other way.
You mean through...
Aye, like crawling through shit. But I reckon it was deeper than he thought. And he never came out.
I really don't like this. What are you getting at?
And I don't like that my winnings are at the bottom of...
Easy come, easy go. That's life.
You better pay for your friend or we'll throw you in there with him.
And if I don't pay?
Either you give us your money, or you'll have to pull that poor wretch out. What do you choose?
I've no time to talk shit. I'd rather just kick your asses.
Fellas?
Ugh, this is disgusting. Kurva! Something's moving over there. What the fuck is swimming in here? Oh, God. It's hairy. I'm still warm. Oh, good. That must be him. Oh, finally. What the fuck is swimming in here? Well, it's a good thing Capon can't see me right now.
God bless you, sir.
I hear a certain Matthew has been rampaging round here.
Do you mean Matthew the Collector?
Collector? Is that a nickname?
That's what he calls himself. He says he's collecting for the king on the roads. But he's just a common bandit. If I didn't have to deal with this Janos Uher bullshit, I'd have dealt with that scumbag by now. But as they say, misfortunes never come lightly. When there's bullshit, there's a lot of it.
Where does Matthew the Collector rob people most often?
He has already robbed several traders on the roads between our village and the Sukhdol fortress. Although, there is a bounty on Matthew.
I'll think about it.
If you catch him, you won't...
Janos Uher?
That's the scoundrel I have locked up in the pillory outside my house right now.
What did he do?
He was trying to rob the blacksmith's house. But Loisa, his helper, he lunged at him. But Janusz pulled out his axe, and the lad ended in a bad way. If we have to bury Loisa, I'll make sure Janusz hangs.
This damn job. If only I had someone to give me a hand here.
Crackling flatbread. Twice grease, fresh flatbread.
Aye, that's justice for you.
Hey, what do you gape at? Fish face?
Dry Devil sent me. He's looking for you.
Tell him Janos busy.
Oh. All right, then.
Dority, I just pulling pistol. Get me out of here, brother. My neck on line, eh?
How can I get you out of here?
Wait until Bay leaves.
And what about the key?
Bailiff should have it. Or one of guards. But what? You going to rob? Better just pick quick.
I'll try to get...
Do it.
There's no justice without punishment. God be with you.
Good day.
Aha! What are you doing? Hey?
Shh! I'm freeing you. Go straight to the Devil's Den. Dry Devil is expecting you.
Thanks, fella. We meet there. Whoa!
I'm sorry to bother you, but I must stop you for a moment. Can I have a word?
All right. I'm coming.
That's what I like to hear. So, what'll it be? What you still waiting for? Well, come here. Move it. When I say come here, I fucking... Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Matthew, the King's Chief Customs...
Ah, I've been looking for you.
Is that so? Why would that be?
The Dry Devil sent me.
That old bastard is still alive. I thought he'd been executed a long time ago.
He's free again, thanks to us. He's getting his old band together, so they sent me looking for you.
That's so very sweet of him. So he whistles and I should come running to him like a good boy.
So, you don't want to come back then?
For the record, I have nothing against the devil, but I don't want to stick my neck out for fuck all anymore. I'm doing well for myself as my own master. The past is past.
Don't you miss the devil's...
I like to think of them sometimes too, but none of them if the devil... At least...
And you're content with robbing...
Ah, you are quite wrong there, and it's still better than being with the devil.
The devil and Zizka have a higher purpose. We fight for our rightful king.
How? Like capturing nobles and them demanding money for their release? We gutted them. What the fuck is no...
You don't understand. How could you?
That's rich coming... Anyway, you can tell the devil that I thank him for his offer.
Well...
Since you're already here...
What are you talking about?
What do you think? To the king!
Aye, and I'm Emperor Charles.
So where's the payment? A royal customs collector's time is precious.
What customs collector? You're just a bandit.
Peace all difference. Those who have, give. Those who don't, take. Cough up!
Did you know there's a pretty hefty bounty on your head?
Well, of course. On the talk of the...
In fact, it's almost too tempting. Nothing quite like...
You don't know who you're...
I could say the same thing.
Fuck. You know what? Forget it.
Happily.
I'm not heartless either. Just so you know. If you want...
All right.
We camp in the woods by the hill near Visoka. It will... Now get out of here.
An adder are back, so that's a reason to celebrate. Are you drinking with us?
I can't right now. Sorry.
All right. So,
You don't have to ask me twice.
Toast.
To pytam się jej, czy nie chce wskoczyć na konika.
Ada, for fuck's sake.
A wiesz co ona mi na to?
She says she don't understand shit, huh?
Shut the fuck up, both of you.
A co ty taki wrażliwy?
Did Henry take his sweet time with the rope? Or are you this stupid from birth and I just forgot?
Nah, he's thicker now. If Henry let him choke any longer, he'd be drooling on his shirt.
Chcesz mordę?
Shut up! Fucking hell.
What biting your arse, devil, huh?
I wanted to say I'm glad you and Ada are back. That I don't feel like it anymore.
No to my się sami napije.
Yeah!
You should raise a toast to Henry. You'd be dead if it wasn't for...
Leave it be. You needed men, so...
Don't be modest.
Zizka's right, you ungrateful bastard. That we should all thank Henry for bringing us to the same table again. So...
To all of us.
I hope it not fuck up again soon.
To us and to Henry.
I glad to drink to that.
To Henry.
Za tę śliczną cycatkę z łaźni.
Only then? You have more, no?
Tell us about it, Henry.
I also found Matthew. But he grew tired of your pack. He prefers robbing old crones by the road.
Zdradziecki zapluty szczur. Jeśli wejdzie mi w drogę...
What did he say?
Nothing nice, I'd imagine.
What about the...
And Raniek is dead.
Somebody rammed dice down his throat.
Not quite. But it was dice that paid him back in the end.
Kurwa! Dał słowo, że tym razem na pewno wygra.
Don't feel bad, hey? What about the rest?
And Bahuta... he has decided to redeem himself, so he could pass the Lord's judgment.
Co za jełop. Nawet Bóg ma go w dupie. Ha!
Hig fuck.
That's it?
So, we are...
Unfortunately. But the best remained.
So, to loyal brothers and...
Yeah, to our...
W moim ogródeczku rośnie różyska. Napój mi, Maniusiu, mego kunicka. Nie chcę, nie napoję, bo się kunia, kurwa boję. Bo się kunia, kurwa boję, bo miejsce młoda!
Nice! We also have one like that.
To teraz ty, młodzieniaszku.
What did he say? I'd be delighted. Underneath our windows, water flows so clear. Take my little horse there and water him, my dear. I won't water him, though.
Cudownie.
Henry, my friend.
A mnie nie?
You most.
No to wypijmy za to!
What did he say?
We drink to that.
Of course we'll...
Two last drop, that is the... You tell us some...
Fellas.
I could not say it better.
Amen!
Oh, kurwa. I feel like shit.
Beautiful day, isn't it, Henry?
Good morning, Hans.
So, how did your trial by fire go last night?
Honestly, I've no idea.
Aye. Well, Janos and Adar didn't spare you. But usually they...
You always drink like that.
Almost always. The mornings are hard, and often you're...
Now that your band is back, can we finally start something?
Aren't you a feisty one? But if you want to hear the plan, speak to Zizka. He'll tell you more.
Can we start the meeting? We don't have much time.
Aye, we're all waiting for you. Right, gentlemen. I think it's clear to all of you what a shitty fucking mess we're in. We were caught off guard at Rabosh.
And they nearly fucking kill us all.
Yes, and they attacked the Jewish quarter.
Thanks a lot for reminding me. I almost forgot.
At least Henry here and Kubienka got most of the people out.
That's true. Good work, men. How did it all go down?
To tell the truth, we were lucky as hell. We got there before it all started in earnest. That's why we managed to get those people out.
Lucky my arse. We gave those bastards a thrashing. They thought they'd loot and torch the whole place.
It is nice that you found my people suffering so entertaining. But what
Well,
What do you have in mind?
Sigismund and von Bergov think they've got rid of us, so they'll have dropped their guard. We should attack.
You go fucking crazy? No?
Zygmunt ma za sobą całą armię, a my nie mamy nawet dość zapasów, żeby...
Come on, lads. Jobst will bring his army soon. It'd be fucking mad to try on anything big before that.
It might take weeks for them to arrive. Von Bergov will have found and caught us by then. We have to get rid of von Bergov. It's because of him that we're in the situation we're in, after all.
You mean in the shit, Sir Hans? No need to mince words.
Von Bergov's too powerful. We don't stand a chance against him. But it was Eric who led the attack on the Jewish quarter. He's the one we should strike at.
But that wouldn't do us much good. Besides, who knows where the bastard is now? No, Sir Hans is right. We should get rid of von Bergov.
That fucker is Sigismund's right hand. So we'll chop it off.
Why kill him? You know what ransom we can get for that bastard.
Are you all fucking daft? Von Berger was holed up in Malashov, so unless any of you can fly, we can't get to him.
Oh, that's true. To take a cost like that, we'd need a dozen men, ladders, and maybe also a trebuchet or cannon.
There's no maybe about it. We'd certainly need a cannon.
So we steal the one von Bergov used at Nebakov.
Well, why don't we just steal all the silver from the Italian court and buy our own, eh? Use your head before you open your mouth.
Hang on. Maybe Janosch's idea isn't all that bad.
How do you mean?
I recently sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's military camp near Opatovitz. She told me von Bergov has his cannon stashed away there. But it seems things are getting a bit out of hand there. So the Prague regiment he's in charge of is going to move it to Sedlec. And it might not be that well guarded along the way.
Good idea. We'll wait till they set out and attack them.
Hold your horses. It won't be that simple. There's 1,000 things that could go wrong. What we need is for one of us to get amongst the Pragas, so he can keep an eye open and tell us when they're moving out.
And if we succeed? What then? There's 5.5 of us. Even with a cannon, that's not enough to take Malashov.
There's not much we can achieve on our own.
But show me the fool who'd want to join us.
There's always a few mercenaries around, right?
And how are you going to pay them, eh? I sure as fuck haven't got the coin.
That's enough! Von Bergov has to die. Painfully. And above all, as soon as possible. And if there are not enough of you, this might help.
Well, well. That's a sight for sore eyes. Why the fuck didn't you show us that earlier? We could have saved ourselves a lot of blathering.
We really appreciate it, son. Believe me.
And we won't mind if you got a couple of more purses like that.
If you will permit, monsieur, I might be able to contribute. I know a few mercenaires in this part. They may not be la cavalerie royale, but for such a purse, they will gladly tear Malashov down stone by stone.
Ah, a company of mercenaries, a surprise attack, and a cannon in reserve. We could do something with that, couldn't we?
Not so fast. We don't have the cannon yet.
Then we'll fucking get it. We'll find a good spot for an ambush and send someone into the camp to spy on them. What about you, Henry? You'll get yourself recruited into the Prague regiment, and when they take the cannon to Sedlec, you'll send us a message via Catherine.
I was afraid you'd never ask. I can just see the look on von Bergov's face when we point his own cannon straight at it.
That's settled then. Henry will go to the camp. Catherine will tell you all you need to know. You'll find her in the bathhouse there. In the meantime, Ada here can go to Malashov and find out how von Berkov and his people are stationed there. But look, don't touch.
Za kogo ty mnie kurwa masz?
A lot of soldiers need a lot to eat. They'll have to stock up.
I'll go hunting. This tavern's a bit crammed for my liking as it is.
And what are we going to do?
We're going to prepare a warm welcome for the Pragas.
What do you say, Sir Hinek?
Well, what the fuck are you all sitting here for? Didn't you hear? The fun's about to start!
Henry, come here.
Here we
I need to talk to you.
Good.
Henry, you have no idea how glad... I was really worried about you. I prayed to Our Lady the Protector to watch her. It's good she heard my plea.
Thanks for putting in a good word. Definitely came in handy. Lots of violence and death, countless foes. We could have easily kicked the...
God damn! What happened there?
I don't know if words are enough. Simply... it was just like Skalitz. Confusion, screaming, dying, and then the flames. The worst part came when the gate... it was as if the bloody gates of perdition opened for a moment, and hell surged into the world.
God protect... God damn it. I should have gone there too.
I'm always glad to fight by your side, but you wouldn't have changed anything there. There were too many of them. And when the whole street... all we could do was try to hold back Eric's people as long as possible. See, there's a hidden tunnel inside it, leading out of the city.
Fucking tunnels! Ugh. What about Licton?
He's fine. And he managed to get those mysterious documents of his out.
Praise God. The main thing is you got out. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to thank you properly for coming.
No need to thank me.
I beg to disagree, my brave and faithful companion. First and foremost, be it known that if you should ever similarly find yourself in captivity, I swear before our Lord Jesus Christ that I shall come for you as you came for me. And secondly, I have something here for you. A truly knightly reward for your knightly deed. A hunting bow that has no equal in the province. I hope it'll brighten your thoughts. It can fell the mightiest buck deer and enchant many a doe.
I'm honored. Thanks again.
You're so serious.
What are you...
When I found out that Yobs would gladly leave me locked up, it got my blood up. So, to pay him back, I relieved him of the bow in Raborsh. And it was immediately clear to me that that bow should go to none other.
That is certainly...
It'd be great to try that bow out right away. Wine.
We only went hunting together.
Yeah, but it was men. Don't tell me you... Because, as to all you'll come with...
But I have work to do in Sigurd.
The camp will still... Kindly leave the preach I found. I thought, what's more...
I've got some...
No rest. Drop by when you...
God grant you health.
I hope there are some balls here.
Beautiful horse.
At least hair.
God! God! Quick! Whoa! God! You're in for a large picking! Whoa! What do you want? We're gonna gut you, you horse! Wanker!
You want to try me? You're no match for us, fucker! No, you don't.
I've been waiting for you.
Hey, you
Show your stuff.
You're no match for me.
I'll rip your arse open!
What do you want?
I've been waiting for you.
Useless.
Hey, give it back.
Oh, what?
Quick! Quick!
Whoa!
Go! Go!
You're in for an ass kicking, you piece of shit.
Whoa!